The Coca-Cola splashed across his frail shoulders, soaking into the old. They laughed while throwing Coca-Cola on an elderly couple, unaware their son was a Navy SEAL. The laughter echoed through the food court, loud, cruel, and careless. Three young men in designer clothes leaned back in their chairs, filming themselves for social media as they hurled cups of Coca-Cola at an elderly couple eating quietly in the corner. The old man flinched, his wife's trembling hands clutching her soaked shawl. "Come on, Grandma. Free shower." One of them jeered, laughter bursting behind the camera. No one moved. Dozens of people stared but did nothing, afraid, indifferent, or maybe too busy scrolling their own feeds. That was until a calm voice broke the silence. "Pick it up." The boys turned. Standing behind them was a man in a plain gray hoodie, calm eyes, quiet posture, but a presence that instantly shifted the air around him. "Excuse me," sneered the tallest boy. "I said," he repeated, his voice deep and even, "pick up the cup. Apologize to them." The leader rolled his eyes. "And who are you?" "Their grandson." The man smiled faintly. "Something like that." He stepped forward, revealing a Navy SEAL emblem on his dog tag. The light glinting just enough for one of the boys to notice. The phone camera wobbled. The man's calm expression didn't change as he knelt, gently picking up the fallen cup and placing it back on the table. Then he turned to the old couple. "I'm sorry you had to go through this," he said softly. "Please, allow me to get you new meals." The old woman smiled faintly through tears. "You don't have to, son." But he did. When he returned with fresh food and warm tea, the three boys were still frozen in place, pale, silent, and unsure what to do. "Your parents ever teach you what respect looks like?" he asked quietly, not in anger, but disappointment. "No? Then let me." He leaned closer, voice low but firm. "You see, that man you humiliated, he's my father. And the woman beside him is my mother. You think it's funny? That's fine. But you've just mocked two people who survived wars, raised 4 kids, and still walk this world with grace." The boys stammered. One of them tried to apologize. "Don't say it to me," he said. "Say it to them." They turned, heads down, muttering apologies. The old man nodded gently, not with anger, but forgiveness. "That's all right, sons," he said. "Just try to be better humans." Later that day, the man, whose name was Ethan, drove his parents home. His mother sat quietly in the backseat, looking out the window. "People forget kindness so easily these days," she said softly. Ethan smiled. "Then we'll just remind them again." When he pulled into their driveway, his mother's eyes widened. A woman stood there, his neighbor, a young billionaire entrepreneur named Olivia. She'd been sponsoring a charity that employed veterans like Ethan's former teammates. But today, she wasn't in her office clothes. She was in casual wear, barefoot, laughing as she watched the janitor's little boy play in the yard, splashing water from a garden hose into a blue plastic tub. The janitor, an elderly man with tired eyes, was laughing too, droplets of water glinting in the sunlight. For a moment, Ethan just stood there, watching them, realizing something powerful. Here was a woman worth billions, but she'd chosen to spend her afternoon laughing with a janitor's child instead of sitting in an ivory tower. His mother whispered, "See? That's kindness too, just in a different form." Ethan nodded slowly. It's the small things that keep humanity alive. The next day, the video from the mall went viral, but not for the reasons the boys had hoped. Someone had recorded the Navy SEAL calmly teaching them respect. The caption read, "Greater than, be careful who you disrespect. The quietest people often have the strongest hearts." Within hours, millions had viewed it. People commented things like, "This is what real strength looks like," and "Faith in humanity restored." The boys publicly apologized, not because they were afraid, but because they'd been changed. And somewhere across town, Ethan's parents smiled, grateful that their son's courage had reminded the world of something it had forgotten. That respect, compassion, and quiet strength are the true measures of power. That evening, Olivia knocked on Ethan's door with a shy smile. "I saw the video," she said. "The world needs more men like you. Would you help me with my next project? It's called Operation Dignity."
We'll be training youth to serve and protect, not harm. Ethan nodded, smiling. Count me in. As they watched the sun set over the quiet suburban street, laughter echoed again. Not cruel this time, but pure and human. The janitor's boy was still splashing water, and even the old couple joined in.
Because sometimes, it only takes one act of courage to turn cruelty into compassion, and strangers into family. Moral: kindness isn't weakness. It's the quiet strength that can change hearts, heal wounds, and remind us what being human truly means. Heart, if this story touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that restore faith in humanity. Globe.